Hey guys, Mr. here again for another video today, and we are back with our Operation Get Ovi a Cup series. And in this episode, I'm going to recap what you actually missed in what was supposed to be episode 6, but obviously this is episode 6 of the series. I managed to somehow lose the file of the video while trying to upload it, and the upload just stalled forever at the same percentage, so I was unable to get that video out for you guys. It was supposed to go up yesterday with the Columbus video, but unfortunately it was unable to, like I said. So did we do the draft in that episode? I think we might have, to be honest with you guys. So did we do the draft in that episode? Oh no. No, we didn't do the draft in that episode, right? No, we didn't. No, okay, so we didn't do the draft in that episode, but I did make some changes to the team. Obviously, you can see we have 44 contracts, and we made some signings in free agency. So really quickly, let's just go by age. So Emily, we drafted him, so he's not too bad. Johansson, obviously, in the NHL, but players like Asplund, Masherin, Nurmi, Fromm, we all signed them from free agency. I believe we signed Baptiste, De La Rose, Ellie, and that is actually it. But yeah, we also signed them. As for goalies, I believe we didn't sign anybody. No, we did not. All right, yeah, so I mean, overall the team didn't change too much, but I am going to show you now what the team looks like, because of course I feel like you guys should want to or should be updated with the series. So right now we have a top line of Ovechkin, Backstrom, and Nichushkin. Second line of Burakovsky, Kuznetsov, and Wilson. Third line of Vrana, Eller, and Zadina. Fourth line of Smith, Pelly, Bozak, and Connolly. So we signed Tyler Bozak to a 2-year, $3.25 million deal as our fourth line center. And yeah, I mean, I really like his stats. He's an all-around great two-way forward, if you would ask me. So we'll see how he does, obviously, in the sim. Right now he has 3 assists. He's a -1 in 13 games. So yeah, another thing I forgot to tell you guys is that we actually simmed the first month of the season as well. So as for our defense, not really changing. Christian Juice playing with John Carlson. Second pair, Dmitry Orlov with Lucas Johansson, who got a big jump in the offseason, up to an 83 overall now, who actually has 99 disciplines. So that's kind of cool. Then we have Marcus Nudivara, who I signed from free agency to play alongside Madison Bowie. Goalies didn't change. We still got Holtby and Grubauer. Don't worry, Grubauer isn't the starter, but Andy Welinski I also signed from free agency. I planned on him being in the AHL, but he's actually got some solid stats that I do like. I think he is a good depth defenseman for us in the NHL, and Jay Beagle is our depth forward for the NHL. We have yet to get an injury this season, and since I just said that, I'm sure we'll get about 8,000 here to come. So Rasmus Asplund was the big free agent signing. I'd say we had 74 overall at 20 years old, that medium top 6 potential. Really good. We'll see how he pans out. But obviously, our AHL team right now looks pretty damn good. Defense could be a bit stronger, but I mean, the goalies too, they could be a bit stronger. Yeah, I mean, Vanasek is doing really good, although Copley, not so much. So I'm not necessarily going to focus on the AHL too much, but I am still going to look at it for the most part. So right now, our record is 8-5-0. We have played 13 games with 16 points, and we are 4 points behind the Penguins, who also have a game in hand against us. So yeah, like I said, we did sim the first month, and let's get the second month over now, or over and done with, I should say. Man, I really struggle with trying to say that. Anders Lee. This should be interesting. Anders Lee, how good is he? I believe he's around an 82 or an 83. 83 second liner. I made a shot really good last year. He only had 22 goals, which kind of sucks. And to be honest, I really don't have the room for him. If he was listed as a third liner, I'd say that was a solid trade offer, but I am going to decline that one as of right now. And we've actually started simming or scouting the way I should, or I have been in past series, or well, with the Winnipeg and Houston series. So we'll get back to doing that basically a week in every place, although I think I might have been doing 2 weeks in each section, which is a possibility. I'm not too sure if I was or not. Honestly, I don't remember. Drew Stafford waiver claim, fourth liner, 78 overall, 1.7 for the next 2 seasons. Not bad, but that's kind of the same player as that we have already in Smith Pelly. Gustav Nyquist, that's an interesting trade offer. Let's see, how good is he? He's an 84, I think, maybe an 83, yeah. Again, though, I don't have the room for him, and I don't necessarily want to give up Rasmus Asplund for him either. So let's just exit out of that trade, and we just aren't going to accept that. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we could make a trade, but as of right now, I don't plan on doing so. And I guess it all does depend on how well we play. So far, we aren't doing too bad, although we aren't doing too great. I'd say we're definitely in a playoff spot. I would hope 16-7-1 is a good record, like I said. Let's start for the QM now. Forwards for a week. Oh man, I'm still trying to recover over this cough I've had too. It's been quite the rough time to get over, and I have been struggling quite heavily. So in the month of November, we didn't do too bad. 17-8-1 is a pretty good record, and we're actually atop our division. Although the Penguins have 2 games in hand, they are only 1 point behind us. Nichushkin is playing really damn good. Okay, that is nice. Yeah, that is quite something. So let's check out point totals. Ovi with 16 goals, and that is really good. Obviously, Backstrom with 18 assists on that top line, and Nichushkin also has over 15 goals. So that top line right now has a combined 34 goals. Wow, okay. We haven't even played 34 games yet. Second line, not a bad second line. They're combined for 24 goals, which ultimately I think is how many games we've played right now, so that's not too bad. Third line in Vrana, Eller, and Zadina. Zadina not having a terrible, well, I mean, I was going to say not having a terrible rookie season, but that's really not great. With that 88 offensive awareness and the shot he has, I would hope he could do better, but maybe not. Only 3 goals so far. And as for our fourth line, Connolly, Bozak has a lot of points, and Smith Pelly. So pretty good there. As for defense, Juice doing good on that top pair with Carlson. Orlov playing good with Johansson. That is nice. Nudivara and Bowie actually aren't playing that bad either for being kind of defensive D-man. Holtby not playing too great, although Grubauer most definitely is. Yeah, okay. That is surprising. I did not think he would be doing so good. He is definitely, although I was going to say he was definitely a reason of why we are doing so good, but to be fair, he only has 2 wins for us. Maybe somebody we could sell at the deadline. 83 overall goalie. I mean, that's a pretty valuable goalie in the NHL nowadays, and that's like a really high backup, low-end starter, so that would be interesting. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes, but we are going to sim the month of December now, and we will see how that goes. We should be able to hit 20 wins throughout this month. If not, I would be quite upset. I'm not going to lie. Q defense for a week. But yeah, like I said, we should hit 20 wins here. Let's see if we do. Actually, I just realized we had a home and home against Detroit, which, to be fair, doesn't happen too often anymore. But yeah, that's interesting. Like I said, it just doesn't really happen anymore. 6 weeks? No, there we go. Goalies for a week. There we go. Paul Postma? No thanks, actually. Yeah, so Andersley again, no thank you. Yeah, I'm just gonna not accept that, although I most definitely could. I truly do not feel the need to. Moving on, we have finished North America, right? Yes, we have. So we can move on to the SHL, or the Europe leagues, I guess I could say. There, we do have 20 wins, by the way, now as well. I kind of wasn't actually looking at the screen. I was looking at my notes. I have Borowicki and a fourth for De La Rose. No, thank you. And John Moore. Is that John Moore? I believe that's his name, right? That's a pretty good offer. He's a pretty decent top four, right? Not so much. I thought he was a lot better than that. 6 assists overall. I mean, it's not too bad. I really tried to fight off that yawn. I'm sorry, but it just did not happen. And again, Ben Lovejoy, but no thank you. And no thank you, New Jersey. So, looking at Hershey, they should hit their 20th win of the season here shortly. They are doing pretty good as well, 19, 12, and 6. Obviously not bad. And our team looking pretty damn good. We may actually, wow, not Philly, sorry, Florida doing really good, 25, 10, and 3. That is a good record, if you ask me. Rhymes, dab, I'm so funny. I'm kidding. I just got a notification. Patrick Berglund scored a hat trick tonight for the St. Louis Blues. That's good for them, though, because that does still give them a chance in the playoffs. Obviously, right now I think they are now tied or 1 point ahead of Colorado. Colorado's last game of the season is against the Blues, and the last game of the season for the Blues is against the Avs, and whoever wins that game or gets the most points by the end of the game, I guess whoever wins the game will move on to the playoffs. So that will be interesting. Our third line did not, or not our third line, sorry, our top line did not do very good in the month of December. Nichushkin only scored 4 goals. Backstrom only scored 2, and Ovi only scored 4 as well, so a combined of only 10 goals from that line, which is quite unfortunate. And Nichushkin and Ovi shoot a lot, so that's interesting. Second line, though, Wilson with Kuznetsov and Burakovsky, so not too bad. I think that second line definitely picked it up. Third line, still looking pretty good, to be fair. Zadina doing a little bit better now. I'd like to see him get close to the 20-goal mark if he could. As for our fourth line, they're all minuses, but they're not doing too bad, so that's interesting. Defensively, Juice and Carlson, that pair is really good. Orlov and Johansson, also good. Nudivara and Bowie. Don't think Bowie actually got a point in that month. Holtby got a little bit better. Grubauer basically stayed the exact same. Wow, okay. He has now 5 wins for us. So that's interesting. I'm not going to do anything with the scratch players, but we are approaching the deadline here soon. We are still atop our division as well, with a game in hand against the second place team, who I think it was Columbus. I think Pittsburgh fell off quite a bit. I think they were in 4th or 5th in the division, which is surprising. And we just lost to the second and third place team in the Metro, which is Columbus and New York. So that one kind of stings a little bit, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, okay, well, more than likely we should hit 30 wins throughout this month, or our 30th win, not 30 wins throughout the month. But yeah, we should hit our 30th win throughout this month, I would assume, unless it's a very tragic end to the January, or to the month of January. But there it is, our 30th win with a record of 30, 15, and 2. Not too shabby, guys. Not too shabby at all. Let's see, Russia defense for a week. And man, my voice is hurting, guys. I need to take a drink. Just 1 second. Justin Braun for Rasmus Asplund, man. I haven't even been talking 15 minutes and my throat is hurting. Justin Braun, 82, defensive defenseman. Not great by any means, although he looks to be having a pretty good season. In all fairness to him, he's playing on the power play. I just saw he has power play points, and Brendan Dillon. Wow, those two are kind of terrible for putting up points. No, thank you. Again, this is kind of two back-to-back shaky months, if you ask me. We aren't looking phenomenal. We aren't looking great by any means. We're getting wins. We're getting losses. We're on a 4-game losing streak right now. Make that 5. So as we approach the deadline, 30, 19, and 2. Now I do want to see what was the problem with that with the losing streak we are still currently on. We scored 3 goals, and we only scored 1, then we only scored 1 again, then we scored 3, then we scored 2. So, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that it's the scoring. That's for sure. Ovi is 1 shy of 30 goals, so I'm assuming Nichushkin should be around the same. So yeah, 29 and 25 for Ovi. Backstrom 9 and 30. Nichushkin 22 and 24, so not too bad. As for the second line, Wilson brought his goal total up a lot that month. Burakovsky did not. He only scored 1 goal that month. But yeah, Tom Wilson really picked it up. He's in 84 now, which I think he might have been in 83, although he might have been in 84 already. Please do correct me about that. Our third line is very poor minuses. Vrana, Eller, and Zadina. It's not good. And then our fourth line, they're all pluses now. Smith-Pelly started to score as well. He scored a lot of goals that month. I think he scored 8 goals that month. So one thing I'm going to change. I'm going to change Zadina and Burakovsky. Wilson's good defensively. Kuznetsov, not so much. Zadina, not too bad. Vrana, not a great defensive player. Eller is. Burakovsky is not. So, yeah, I think maybe trying that out is not a bad option by any means. Maybe just that would help out our lines defensively in some way. Juice and Carlson still playing good together. Orlov and Johansson also still playing good together. Nudivara and Bowie still playing good together. Bowie actually got some points that month as well. As for Holtby, again, brought his point. Oh, wow, okay. But yeah, he brought his stats up, but Jesus, Grubauer did not. He dropped by, I think it was a .036 save percentage. Yikes. Okay, Grubauer. Rough last month for him. That is brutal. Holy frig. That is disgusting. So let's sim to the deadline. And guys, I gotta take another drink. I'm sorry, my throat is hurting. And we end our 5 or 6 game losing streak, which is nice. Alright, man. Water is really not helping your boy out, guys. I'm gonna end the video at the deadline more than likely because I don't know if I can continue on with this. My throat is seriously killing me. I've never felt a pain like this before. I just saw the San Diego Gulls. They had possibly the worst record I have ever seen in the AHL. I think it was like 13, 34, and 6 or something, which is tremendously awful, if you ask me. Now, again, obviously, as we approach the deadline, I will check out trades because I will be curious to see. I do want to see trades that are made in this series. If I can follow them, I will as much as I possibly can. We will, like I said, I will try to stay updated in this, or in that. So, Nick Holden for Jacob De La Rose, no thanks. I'm going to pass on that one. Losses, there's a couple of losses this month, but mainly, we got some wins that month, which is good, although unable to hit 40 wins that month, which, to be fair, it's not the biggest deal. It's not that big of a deal by any means, I get. Well, I mean, there's still a chance. We could beat Buffalo and hit our 40th win, but I do want to stop on the deadline, of course. Let's see. What is happening to my game capture? Okay, there we go. So, Ovi, 37 goals. He will hit 40 goals this season, I would hope, at least. So 37 and 31, 11 and 39, 28 and 27. So we should have two 30-goal scorers on this team. Wilson only 1 goal that month. Kuznetsov only 1, I think, as well. Zadina scored some more that month, which is nice. And to be fair, a lot of the plus-minuses did figure itself out by making those moves as well. Burakovsky hopefully will hit 20 goals this season. I would also hope that Wilson and Kuznetsov do. Like I said, I want Zadina to get near 20. Will he? I'm not sure, though. Third line, not too bad either. Or not third line, fourth line, sorry. As for defenseman, Christian Juice is a beast, guys. He could surpass his total last season, will he, though? I'm not too sure. As for Carlson, he'll probably hit around the same he had last year. Dmitry Orlov, not having as great of a year this year. He's not getting near as much assist. Definitely scoring goals, though, still. Lucas Johansson having a fine year for himself. I'm surprised he hasn't grown at all. I was doing quick changes between Orlov and Johansson, and the overall on Orlov didn't change. I thought he went down to an 83 for a sec. That was me hitting my foot off the desk. I'm sorry if you had to hear that. Points coming from that bottom pair as well, and the goalies, again, Grubauer back up to an 83. So again, we could sell on him, and Holtby is doing rough this year, guys. Holy frig. I mean, he did rough last season, too. Maybe the answer to trading away, who was it? Trading away Ilya Samsonov may not have been a good idea. We are also now no longer first in the division. Pittsburgh has passed us. So before we do end the episode, I just want to see the block. So Adam Henrique, that would be a good add to the team, that's for sure. I don't think Anaheim's doing too good in the sim, although I do not know. That would be a good rental for the one season, of course. Nicholas Jarmelson also could be a rental. A very good defensive defenseman. I don't know what I would do with our decor, though. Boston, nobody particularly wanted for the team. I mean, we could go for depth forwards, but that's not what I want. I would be looking to go for someone that could affect the team in a positive way. Well, hopefully at least. Jimmy Howard, I mean, that would basically just be getting the same backup goalie we have. Tobias Reeder is actually not playing. He's still in RFA, the poor guy. I could offer him a contract, although it is actually after the time of being able to afford RFAs. TJ Oshie, lol. Not bringing you back, sorry, buddy. I could, but it's not happening. So far, Adam Henrique, the only goalie that has really, or sorry, not the only goalie, okay, never mind. I was going to say the only player that has caught my eye, although Mark-Edward Vlasic would be interesting, that's for sure. And I know who I would probably give up by trading away Vlasic. I would give Vlasic power play and penalty kill time. The contract is something I'm kind of worried about. Obviously, that would bring him up to being 39 years old, but I can guarantee you we will not make it that far in this series. And acquiring someone like Vlasic could genuinely make our team good enough to win the Stanley Cup in the next couple of seasons. And the good thing about making that trade is that he would be locked up. So let me know what you guys think. I would think, as for Henrique, I would bring him in as our third-line center. Maybe trading away Bozak. Not sure what I would do there. But as for Vlasic, Dmitry Orlov would be a player to be sacrificed in that, but we would have to give up a lot more than that. We would probably have to give up an asset like, where is he? Like Rasmus Asplund. And to be fair, his overall, his rating has dropped. As for Orlov, that would be too many skaters, so we'd have to also bring someone back, which, to be fair, not draft pick, sorry. Let's just go check, out of curiosity, someone that is in the AHL, so D. Simone, sure. I mean, he could help out our D-core in the AHL, but we would have to give up more than that, so including would be but the Emila prospect we have, which I didn't realize who he was actually signed. I don't remember signing him, but apparently I did. So again, I'd have to add players, or add another player to that. We do not have a first this year. Our first are not valuable. I don't know if we would be able to make this trade go through, guys. I know that wasn't going to go through, but I did just try it out of curiosity. But more than likely, we would have to add somebody like Segan Taylor. I don't know how you pronounce his last name. Like, adding him to the trade wouldn't be bad. It gives them a prospect who they would kind of need. Again, we would have to bring someone back, but then we'd also have to tag on another first, and again, I don't know if that's enough. And I don't want to give up on anybody else on the team like I could. It would be very interesting. You guys are going to have to help me out. Do I make a move at all? Do I not make a move? Do I make a big splash going for Marc-Edouard Vlasic? I don't know. You guys are going to have to help me out here, so please do let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you did all enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, and sorry about the unfortunate mishap we had about no episode 6 until now, and the deletion. Don't think that's the right word, but the file getting deleted of the last episode. I'm sorry again. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.